Hey guys, what's up? How's everyone doing? My name is Shumi and welcome to my first ever video. Now, what better way to start off your YouTube channel than making a Minecraft video? So today we're going to be going over and talking about Minecraft's latest update, 1.16, the Nether update. Now, I am doing this in the Bedrock version of Minecraft, so for those who don't know, that would be on the phone, PlayStation, and Xbox. As you can see on the top, the Bedrock doesn't necessarily have a difference to Java, but I thought I'd go over it anyway. Alrighty, so here we have everything added in the first Nether update snapshot, and I'll also leave the snapshots down below just in case you want to check them out. But as you can see, we have some really cool wood variants. We have the crimson stem and the warp stem. And of course, with each wood variant, we get all these wood type variants, just like any other wood. We have stairs, slabs, fence gates, which I'm really curious to see how people use it in builds. This is really exciting. Although this in particular doesn't look the best. I think they look kind of ugly, no offense, but as I said, I'm curious to see how people use it in buildings. We also have 5 new different plants. We have nether sprouts, warped roots, crimson roots, and of course the fungi. Now this can just be found along the ground in the nether. But besides that, we also have warp blocks, we have nether wart, and we have the warped wart. Now, the official tool for breaking these is a hoe, so I just believe they're trying to give the hoe more functionality. I give more of a reason for people to use it, but I'm going to be explaining that a little later on in the video. Next, we have weeping vines and twisting vines. In my opinion, I think they're pretty cool because you can climb them. Weeping vines grow from the roof down, while twisting vines grow from the ground up. So they both have their own unique purpose, and you can do some really cool stuff with them. Next, we have probably by far my favorite block added to the game, and you'll see why in a second. This here is the Shroom Light, which has a pretty amazing name if you ask me. Anyway, the Shroom Light is a new lighting source. It's honestly really cool, and it has a satisfying sound when you place it. You just find it hanging on trees. It's very common. We also have another lighting source, which is Soul Fire, which is pretty much the same as regular fire, but it's blue, which is honestly really dope. I'll definitely be using this in my world. Now for the more juicy part of the update, we have a brand new block called the Respawn Anchor, which you can use to start your spawn anywhere in the world, but you can also use it in Nether, which is pretty cool. And the way this, actually I'm gonna move a bit because this can get a little bit dangerous and I wouldn't want to blow up my little area over here. So the way this works is that you can actually charge up this respawning anchor, just right click it with glowstone and it could go up to 4 charges, which means you can respawn 4 times. So 1 charge, you only respawn once, 2 means you respawn twice, and so on. But if you charge it up more than 4 times, it explodes, and yeah, huge disaster, causing a lot of damage. Now the way you can craft this is actually pretty simple. Just 3 glowstone across the middle and crying obsidian across the top and bottom, and then you get a respawn anchor. But definitely make sure you don't overfill it. Alright, so here we have the new lodestone. Now the way this works is that you can put this anywhere, kind of like the respawn anchor, so in the end, the overworld, and of course the nether. Now if you right click it with the compass, it becomes enchanted and the compass will always point towards that lodestone. So as you can see, I have my compass set for this lodestone, and depending on what direction I'm moving, you can watch the compass spin towards where that lodestone is. So this is a great feature because you can no longer need to screenshot or keep a book of coordinates in your world if you travel far away. Besides that, we have the target block. Now for my redstone lovers and my map makers, this block can be really useful. It outputs a different redstone signal depending on where the target is hit. So let me grab myself a bow really fast. Okay, so if I hit the outside right here, you can see the signal is very weak, only traveling a few blocks of redstone and lit up the first lamp. But if I am a little bit closer and I hit this next line, I hit up the second lamp because the redstone signal went even farther. Now, if you hit the exact center, it outputs the strongest redstone signal and it lights up the final lamp. Again, this is a really awesome block and you can use it in a lot of different ways, especially map making. Another feature they added is the new Pig Step CD, which I think is really cool because it's such a good disc. Now, it's made by Elena Rain, who is not the normal composer for Minecraft. However, this music disc absolutely slaps. I think everyone from the Minecraft community loves it. So I'll let you guys listen to it. Yeah, again, it's meant to sound some sort of like dubstep, hence the name Pigstep. It's really similar and it's honestly a really cool music disc. Next, we have Crying Obsidian, where in this update it was questioned to what the functionality would be because it was originally added to Minecraft many years ago and it was going to be a way for players to set their spawn without using beds. but by far the crane obsidian only has one function, which is to be crafted alongside glowstone to make the respawn anchor. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, one of everyone's favorite updates, ancient debris and netherite. So netherite is pretty much the new best armor, tools, and weapons in the game. It is very good. It has way more durability and does a little more damage than diamond when it comes to the weapons. The best way you can mine this is using TNT, and because ancient debris is resistant to TNT, so the way people mine this is to simply take the TNT, place it a line across the nether, start lighting it up, and it will blow up all the blocks around apart from the ancient debris. After you mine ancient debris, you'll get netherite scrap, which you can combine with gold like I have here to obtain a netherite ingot. After you get the netherite ingot, you can obviously make some of the really cool nether armor, which looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, just look at me, big flex. Again, you can make some of the amazing stuff with netherite, just make sure to be cautious when using TNT. And over here we have the 4 new biomes. They added the crimson forest, which you can find all the new crimson blocks, and as you can see, the huge crimson trees, war blocks, fungi, and of course the weeping vines. Now what I love about this is the fog effects and the red particles flying around. I think it really brings out the biome, and it honestly looks amazing. Now to top that off, we have the warped forest, which is a blue color variation of the crimson forest, so it's basically the same thing, but has some new features like twisting vines and vegetation. It's also known for its spawning mechanics, which only spawns endermen and a brand new mob called the strider. Now the next biome is probably my favorite biome they added, the basalt deltas, which is a volcanic biome in the nether filled with pillars of basalt and large areas of blackstone, which I'll be showcasing a little later on in the video. Now like I said with the crimson forest, I am a big fan of the fog and particles, but this just tops it off in a whole nother level. I mean, with the light gray ash-like particles, it's honestly super dope. But last but not least, we have the super rare soul sand valley. Now what's really cool about this is that you'll find different soul sand variants, and you'll also have to be really careful because of the blue fire that's everywhere, as well as you can find a lot of more bones. You can find a lot of bone structures. Not really sure what the lore is behind that, but it's still really cool to see. Now next, you can see I have a little setup over here because Minecraft has officially added a brand new enchantment, which is soul speed. Now the way you can obtain this is by trading with the brand new mob, the piglin. Okay, so now I'm just holding the soul speed boots in my hand, and I'm going to right click so I can equip as I'm walking. So right away you can tell I move much faster, and you also get this really cool particles. So yeah, this is really all the enchantment does. It just increases your speed on soul sand. Now for the brand new mobs, first up we got piglins. Now piglins are really cool, but if they are in the overworld, they'll start to shake, as you can see, and eventually turn into a zombified piglin. But piglins are pretty interesting. They have a lot of really cool functionalities. The first thing is with gold armor. If you are in survival mode, piglins by default will attack you, but however, if you wear gold armor, they won't. Now, their main functionality, why people are so excited about these guys, is because when you go up to them with a piece of gold, you can just right click or just drop that piece of gold and they will pick it up and trade with you. They'll inspect the gold for a little bit, make sure it's real, and give you an item. And sometimes they drop really bad stuff, but most of the time they drop rather good stuff. But besides that, we now have the hoglins. Now, he doesn't really like the overworld like his buddy over here, the piglin, and he'll start to shake and he will eventually turn into a zoglin, a zombified hoglin. Hoglins are pretty cool. They're definitely to be feared. They are hostile and will attack you even if you're wearing gold armor. So you should definitely stay away from them. Now the next mob we have in the snapshot was definitely something really cool. We got the new strider. Now striders spawn in lava here. They can also be on land, but they start to shake and change color. They don't really like it. They definitely prefer to be on lava. Now striders have a really awesome functionality that I think is really cool. So the reason I have the saddle is because you can ride them. Yes, just right click them with a saddle and you can ride the strider. Now normally if you ride a strider, it will just sit there. You can't really control it. However, if you get a warped fungus on a stick, which is a brand new item, striders will go super fast and they'll just go in the direction you point them in, which is honestly really cool. Next, we actually finally have some functionality with the smithing table. So I grabbed some diamond tools and armor here, and we can do some really interesting things. So let me show you. We can now use smithing table to upgrade your gear. You need 1 netherite ingot, per diamond whatever you have, whether it's tools or armor, and it will upgrade it. And what's also nice about this is previously you couldn't upgrade your diamond gear without losing the enchantments on it. So however, now all you need is one netherite ingot and you can keep the enchantments on your item, which is pretty cool. Now finally, we have a new mechanic with hoes. Like I was explaining earlier in the video, hoes are now the official tool for breaking these specific blocks. I think the reason they did this is because hoes are a little bit neglected, you know, the tool in the game, and I just think they want people to use them more often. So if I just go to survival mode right now, as you can see, I can break leaves with them easily, and we can break warped wart blocks and sponges. But anyways guys, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, leave a big fat like. That would be greatly appreciated. And while you're at it, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.